All right. Let me get into it while I'm thinking about it. Um, Everybody should know what favoritism is. It, Everybody should know what it is. It's like unfair treatment to others, being more favorable to others as well. You got favoritism is all around us. It's everywhere. Favoritism is also in a household. When you have a child, when you have children, and one child is making straight A's, okay, doing good in school, and then another child is doing well, but sometimes they come to call to the principal's office. Favoritism. Uh, a parent will love. They say that the love is the same. It sounds good, but it's not always true. It's not always true when it comes to favoritism. You go to school, and the coach pulling guys for football. You got one that comes to football practice all the time, and you got one that don't. But for some reason, the coach know his dad, and they real good buddies. They real close. And for some reason, the child that comes to practice all the time, he gets to hit the bench. But the favorable, he gets out there, sometimes scoring, sometimes he don't. But he's more likable than the others. Okay. And just like here, uh, in the real world, that's how things go. You got certain presidents that's already been picked to be president. You got people that vote, and people want to know if I vote, if we all vote, how come this man win, but this other man didn't win? That's just how it is. This is a white man system. Just being real. I mean, just being honest. It's not being prejudiced, just telling it like it is. It's a white man's world. Basically, that's what this is. A white man's world, and they do what they want. You know what I'm saying? You got a business, your business booming. But if the white man want to take it, he gonna buy all the land, all the things that make your product, or even throw a business in front of yours. Since you getting all the business, ain't nobody thought about it. He decided he want one to take your business. Oh, you're not allowed to be on this side of the block. Favoritism. Some people don't want to understand it. Some people don't want to talk about it. Some people don't want to listen to it. They want to listen to the drama. They want to listen to the insults. They don't want to listen to the positivity. It's the way it is, right? Favoritism. Somebody go live. Another person go live. Somebody else turn around and got all the people in their lives. It's not to be upset. Just speak your piece. Say what you say. Don't get mad. Don't get jealous. It's just the way it is. Drama and negativity is the way it is. That's the way the world works. A lot of time, positivity, people don't want to hear that. It's like the news. News have more negativity than do positive. They pick their stories. They say something good some of the time. Most of the time, the favoritism goes to the negativity. Some people look for things to be said. It's just like talking to some people. Okay? That's being honest. Just like even in a live, you got somebody favor you, then they favor others. You got one individual that talk bad about somebody. You got some individuals saying, hey, I'm gonna come down there and fight you. That's the favoritism. And they want to fight you, and they get in the car and come to fight you, and you know where to be found. But 2 or 3 years later, you cool with them. But the person that didn't want to fight you or don't never call you out of your name or never curse at you or never talk about your siblings, you want to fight that one. It's favoritism. You got to understand that's what it is. You go to school, you studying to be an engineer. He's the head of the football, the captain of the football team. He's found favorite over the nerd, the one that's finna really go out here and do something. You see what I'm saying? The one that and it's just like it's just like the thug. Some of the thugs do what they do. They're found, being honest, they found favorable over the women. The men treat them like dirt, talk about them, sleep around on them. They found favorite over the one that will go, work a job, come home at a decent hour, pay the bills, pay the cars off. He ain't found favor. You understand? He's not found favorite. I listen, and and like I said, I go to different lives. I sit there and listen. You got some that got a problem. Just saying now. Let's keep it real. With me, got a problem with me, but instead of you talking to me, you may go to somebody else, or instead of saying it in my comments, you go to somebody else. But when somebody else go off on you, you'll stand down for a little bit, but you'll come at me. That's what we talking about, find favor. That's just the way things are. That's just the setup. That's the way the world is. Hey, how you doing, Sweet Pea? That's the way the world is. That's the way the system is. That's the way when you go into a courtroom, the lawyer is not trying to see if you're guilty or innocent. It's all about what? Who wins the argument? You can prove that the police jumped on somebody. You see it, but you got to have an investigation. Okay. You look at it, somebody else got to come and look at it. Then end up the police, they get off. Or we're going to dismiss it. Or you fired, but we're going to dismiss it. Favoritism. The judge know it. He sees it. Everybody else sees it. But for some reason, the police get off and they make other police officers look bad. We're talking about favoritism. How people will get in a group, try to dog one person out. Like if I talk about somebody, or they get all mad, they swole, they want to fight. But then or somebody else put up they pictures and put up videos and dog them out, it's just the way it is, favoritism. They're not going to say nothing to that person. Even that person that did folk wrong, talking about somebody's child, mama, sisters, you know what they do? You got people turn around will give that person a Christmas gift and praise that person for doing the wrong that they do on YouTube and real life. But the person that don't do that, don't talk like that, don't do that, they want to distance themselves from them. That's good. You may think, man, I don't know what, don't nobody like me. No, that's good. It's good they don't like you because you're not like them. They say certain things to certain people. Certain people can curse them out real bad. Some of them even call a female a man. And I'm like, wow, she a man. I'm just saying. Don't have no proof. Favoritism. Oh yeah, Sweet Pea. Because that's what I'm saying. That's the favoritism. You see, the police jump on somebody, then all them jump on them. Instead of the policeman pulling his brothers off, because the policemen are there to serve and protect. That's what they said. I tell you, I'm sitting here listening. I listen to certain videos. I'm sitting up here seeing people trying to run after a person that don't want you, but you still gonna call that person, and that person don't want you. These some sorry folk out here. We got a lot of people. They got attitude problems, talking about. I bet now. Let me not say that because I know I'm gonna hear that again. You call yourself what you want to call yourself. You change your name. You got a name because you see somebody else with a name on their video title. You decide to do yours like that. People get offended. People get mad. It's a lot I can say, but it ain't worth it. It's just the way it is. Listen to, and then I'm gonna tell y'all something. Not only in the world, go on YouTube and listen to some of these people talk, and start asking people. Sweet Pea, start asking people questions about their channel. Ask them questions on what they said, and watch how they get mad and get offended. Watch how they will protect and stand up for an individual. They go to different chats and destroy chats, destroy channels just by them being there. We talking about favoritism. You can't warn nobody for somebody else. Sometimes you got to let things happen. And if somebody asks you, what do you think about me loaning so-and-so some money? No, don't loan them some money. They scamming. That's how you do that. Sometimes you have to wait till somebody asks you. Sometimes you can have a friend and you cool with that person, but then they people are not cool with you. They got something negative to say. They ain't man enough, woman enough, monster enough to come and say it to you. Then you got comments, Sweet Pea. You said, well, if you got something to say it to me in my comments. Don't nobody come to comment. They don't say nothing. They ain't got nothing to say until they get to another channel. That's the favoritism. That's the part right there. Long as they get insulted by somebody, get put down by somebody, even if that person ain't been on YouTube in a long time, they still praise that same individual that put them down. They put their picture all up everywhere. I'm just laughing. I'm just tripping. I'm like, really? Some people are in their feelings. They are in their feelings. They talk about what you talking about, say that you always saying this, you always saying that. I tell them, oh, don't listen. But you put a title up and start going in, Sweet Pea, and here they come. Scorpion lady, hey, how you doing? I'm just keeping it real. Some people, they respect the ones that talk bad to them, but they don't respect the ones that talk good to them. They always got their hand out. They don't never try to donate or nothing. They don't never try to donate and say, hey, I give this to you because I respect you. They don't do nothing like that. But they always got their hand out. Give me a donation. And I realize some of these people on here, most of the people maybe don't have a job. Some of them don't. They don't have a job. Some of them got backgrounds, they criminals. Some of them criminals, they can't get a regular job like everybody else. Some of them can, but the rest of them ain't trying to get no job. Some people say, "Oh, you reference something." It don't matter who I'm referencing. Am I telling the truth? Yeah, sometimes I be wrong as well. I ain't gonna lie. But remember, y'all, even when you go into a store, there's favoritism everywhere. You're like, that's not fair. I paid my rent. How come I don't? It's just favoritism. It's politics. That's just the way it is. Oh, thank you, Scorpion Mama. Thank you, thank you very much. And I'm glad you do because some people don't. They don't. They don't. They just don't. Somebody told me it's good that folks don't like you like that. You go in them chats and they just hear all that going on. They hear all that talking, and then all of them falling back talking about a woman that don't even show her face. They'll never show her face, but they talk about a woman so cold blooded, and they give that woman so much respect. And I can't help but say, well, it is what it is. If you study listen and somebody say, ooh, guess what? So talked about you. And then you do a live and you still talk about that person you don't see. The person you say you don't watch, you still talk about them. Just saying. If somebody don't care for you or don't like you, you do not study, go around them and talk about them. I admit that. Sometimes it's best not to. You go in the chat. Sometimes you sit in the bushes. The bushes is a safe place. Now people they be in their feelings. That's just the way it is. But y'all go ahead and take care. I'm gonna get off of here. Uh, Everybody stay safe. Thank you very much, and y'all take care.